I'd like to call the August 26th meeting to order. Could you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Here.
Trustee Razik? Trustee Wilson?
Here.
Trustee Udris?
Present.
Okay, we'll move on to open to the public, agenda items only. If anyone has something they'd like to say about the agenda, please step forward. It's almost like someone getting married, right? If you don't come up, we're going to get married, right? Okay, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Could I have a motion on the consent agenda, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on the consent agenda? If not, roll call, please.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Razik? Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to the clerk's report. Tanisha?
Thank you, Mayor Pop. I just want to follow up with Trustee Horn's question from the last meeting. There are indeed 2020 census numerators and/or census takers out in Monee. Since everything was moved back due to COVID, a month, they have been out earlier than normal. And so I have posted on the village, the Facebook page for the community, so that everyone is aware what to look for to make sure that this is indeed an actual census worker. If you have not done so, you may still go online to 2020census.gov to complete your census. End of report.
Thank you, Tanisha. I think we hear enough about the virus. I don't need to tell you what's going on. I mean, with the new restrictions back again. So all we can do is follow the plan, and that's what we're trying to do. In fact, I don't know if the notices went out to all the businesses, but I know we are in the process of delivering information to all the businesses, tell them what we expect, and we'll be inspecting to see if they do that. So with that, we'll move on to, let's see, I don't have the letter in front of me, but under my report it says the resignation of Sid Dresbach, that was for his health from planning and zoning. So there is an opening there.
Excuse me,
And,
Matt. I had a
sorry?
question on that. Do we have someone in mind for that spot?
You know, I really do.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I have him in mind, but I haven't been able to get a hold of him since I talked with him about it.
Thank you.
Okay, and then I failed to appoint Norb Snow, our village treasurer. Larry, does he have to be here for that?
No.
You have to swear him in or anything? All right, do I have everyone vote on that? Is that what I do?
Make a motion, a recommendation to appoint.
Recommendation to appoint Norb Snow, our treasurer. Could I have a motion on that, please?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on it? I don't know how many years Norb's been doing it, but he's good at it. Whatever. I'll tell you what, that man actually checks every bill, and there's lots of them. And he does. He puts a check mark after every one before he signs it. Okay, also an appointment of Norb Snow to the police pension fund.
We have a motion in a
Oh, I'm
second.
sorry. Well, I'm moving on with Norb too quick. Roll call, please, on that motion.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Razik?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Sorry about that, board. Move on to an appointment of Norb Snow to the police pension fund board. Could I have a motion on that, please?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion on the motion? If not, roll call, please.
Trustee Razik?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Okay, that's the end of my report. We'll move on to the administrator's report. David?
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Board. Before you, I have one item on the agenda. It is the Main Street water main improvements, the bid results that were authorized by this board. And attached for your review was the bid tabulations prepared by Robinson Engineering for the Main Street water main improvements. There were two bidders for the project as follows: M&J Underground at $627,412.88, and Aries Incorporated at $662,667.91. Also attached for your review is the letter from Robinson Engineering with the accompanying the board tabulations. Motion this evening would be authorizing the acceptance of a proposed bid for the Main Street water main improvements. It is before the board for your consideration this evening.
Any discussion on this? Well, I can't say that. I need a motion to approve contract.
I'll make that motion.
What do we approve?
Which contract would that be, sir? Do you have the name?
Do we have to announce, should we announce which bid is being accepted?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, David, do you need to say which bid is being awarded for the motion?
I think it's,
Bless you.
No,
Bless
this
you.
evening it is up, the entire bid tabulation, since there's only two, is up for review and consideration by the board. There was not a recommendation at this point.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
what was the motion for?
This is for the bid for the Main Street water main improvements.
So we're accepting the two bids.
No, I thought we had to make a motion for one of the bids.
For one of
To
I'll make a motion that we accept the bid for Aries Incorporated.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
That was my question.
Get that answered, thank goodness. Roll call, please.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Razick?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mayor. That concludes my report this evening.
We'll move on to the officials' report. Public Works, Trustee Horn.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Several announcements for us. The 2019 and 2020 roadwork project is nearing completion. Crews will be finishing up final stone shoulder placement and landscaping around the project limits. Crews are out today installing centerline striping on the roadways. Please use caution when encountering workers on our streets and parkways. The 2020 stormwater project is also nearing completion. A few final structures will be installed as soon as they arrive from the vendor. A majority of the landscaping has been completed. Final grading and touch-ups will commence when the back-ordered structures will arrive. And well 3 emergency repairs are nearing completion. Passing samples were received today from the lab, and the contractor is scheduling the final assembly of the well piping this week. Contract work related to the new SCADA system inside well 3 is underway, with final installations happening this week. We anticipate the well will be in operation by week's end. This will be a relief, putting this well back into operation, since it's been 87 days, May 30th, since the well failed and it's been offline. So it's good to have that back online. Storm branch cleanup from August 10th had our public works crews busy for most of the last several weeks, chipping branches and cutting up trees. Whenever possible, please utilize yard waste pickup from Republic Services to get rid of the small sticks and branches, and reserve village branch pickup for storms and larger branch pruning. I would also like to announce that we will be having a Public Works Committee meeting. That is scheduled for Wednesday, September 16th at 6 p.m. Wednesday, September 16th, 6 p.m. The item of the discussion will be sanitary treatment options. End of report.
Thank you, Doug. We'll move on to Parks and Recs. Trustee Wilson.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This Friday is Movie in the Park, held in front of the Creamery at 8:30 p.m. Featuring Over the Hedge, everyone is required to wear a mask and maintain social distancing. The concession stand will be open with packaged goods available. The Village of Monee has partnered up with Fitness Premier to host a youth sports camp this summer, try to salvage some of what we got left during these unprecedented times during COVID. Camp starts Monday, August 3rd. For registration and more information, please call Fitness Premier, located here in Monee. Village-wide garage sale will happen again September 11th and September 12th, and it is free to participate in. The registration form is found on our website, villageofmonee.org, and needs to be turned in by September 9th to get on that list, so then that way we generate a list of garage sales, so people go around, you see it on garage sale day, people are checking that list, so make sure you get on that list, have it submitted by September 9th. Crete Monee School District 201U has asked the Village of Monee and surrounding communities to help those working parents whose children are enrolled in their school district with providing childcare. So for them during these challenging COVID times with e-learning. With the very gracious help of St. Paul's Church in Monee, their pastor and council were able to offer an e-learning childcare program for a max of 40 children. This is taking consideration social distancing and the location site under COVID rules. So this program is flexible from 6:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. and can accommodate most working parents' schedules. There is a one-time registration fee of $30 and weekly fees that can be paid weekly or a la carte. So this is, if you need one day, you can pay for the one-day registration fee, and that entitles you to the whole week, or if it's one day, 3 days, or however it may suit your mood, or each family is different, and it's an option. It's difficult times, so we understand that, and we're working with the school district trying to offer something as an alternative, a positive alternative for our children. Contact the Parks Department, the Parks and Recreation Department at 708-534-8302 for more information. Also, you can also contact or reference the villageofmonee.org website. End of report, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Michael. We'll move on to Finance. Trustee Blue.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have a finance report this week. Suffice to say that we are in good shape. Our budget's where it's supposed to be. It's in comparison to our spending, in comparison to where we've budgeted, is where we need it to be. So there's nothing there to report. I did want to make a reminder of the comprehensive plan. We have our open house on September 10th. I believe there'll be something going out to residents to remind them of that and to give them a little taste of what the comprehensive plan would mean to us. And this is really important. We need as many of the public as possible to weigh in, to tell us what they think, because otherwise it's just a plan. It doesn't come alive, and our job is to make this plan come alive. That's what we'll be working on next year, to bring it alive and start some of those projects. So I encourage everyone to get involved in the comprehensive plan. More details coming later. I don't have anything else under my committees, Mayor, but I have been approached about a situation on McCorkle Pond. I understand that there have been some problems there. In fact, police have been called in on occasion to deal with the situation there at McCorkle Pond. And
Let me just interrupt you a second.
Sure.
This situation she's going to mention has been discussed by the administration, the superintendent of public works, and myself, so we're aware of it too. Go right ahead, Jen.
Okay. And so the reason I'm bringing it up now is because ELS is growing, so that we're going to find more and more people coming to the area. This particular pond is not surrounded by a residential area, so it's open to the element, and it might not always be catch and release. if you get my gist. So what I'm saying is, I'd like to make a recommendation to amend the ordinance we have for ponds, for McCorkle Pond, and recommend that our attorney write an amendment to restrict visitors around that pond to 7 a.m. until dusk.
We need I think we should have a consensus on that. David, do you want to say something?
If the board will give due consideration and consent to have the attorney draw up that amendment, it would appear on the next regular board meeting, not at the scheduled special board meeting.
Could I get a consensus of the board? Would you please call out?
What does the current ordinance say? I thought the current ordinance was something like sunrise to sunset for fishing. So I'm trying to catch up here.
I don't think we changed
Yeah,
it.
it's the time in the summer months that people were out there at sunrise, if not a little bit before, and was causing a disturbance because that pond is only bordered on one particular side by residences, not all the way around. And therefore, it lends itself to open gravitation of personnel, if you will, and it was causing a disturbance prior to people getting up, actually, and some of the incidents there did entail the police having been called there. So we, after discussion and taking a look at the progress that's being made and the buildup in Gulf Vista, the best approach would be at least to restrict some access there to a later time frame, especially in the summer months.
Okay, yeah, I was not aware that there was an issue, so thank you.
So this would be just for this particular pond.
Correct.
And what time's 7 a.m.?
till dusk.
So what about in winter when sunrise is, let's say, 8 o'clock? So people could conceivably be out there in the winter before sunrise.
That certainly could be a possibility. However, I believe that we notice pond activity substantially decreases in the wintertime. There are some ice fishermen that do go out on the ponds, but
Any other discussion? If not, I'd like to get a consensus of the board. You may call the trustees one at a time. Anisha?
Trustee Idris?
Yes.
Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Okay.
Is a yes? Okay. Trustee Razik?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Anything else, Janet?
No, I live wrong.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll move on to economic development. Trustee Razik?
No report tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Building services, Trustee Idris.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a brief report here. Building Services would like to remind all Monee residents and businesses that effective today, August 26, 2020, that Region 7, which includes Will and Kankakee counties, that additional mitigations are now in effect to combat the Corona-19 virus. A copy of that mitigation can be found on the village's website if you look under updated Phase 4 guidelines. And also, just again, a reminder that if anybody has any questions regarding home repairs, improvements, building structures, code enforcement, or has a need for a building permit, please feel free to give the building department a call at 708-534-8303, or you can email them at buildingservices@villageofmonee.org. End of report.
Thank you, Scott. We move on to the public safety. Trustee Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mayor. A short report tonight. Reminder, Monee PD will be accepting applications for those interested in becoming a Monee police officer. The information will be posted on the Monee PD webpage and on Facebook, and the Blue Line website and local papers. Please watch for the release in the next couple of weeks. And a gentle reminder to lock up. Burglars and car thieves are staying busy in the south suburbs. Over 90% of burglaries and auto thefts are the result of being unlocked. Don't be a victim. Please remember to lock up the cars. And I will just say too, for those in the neighborhoods, we've recently, in one subdivision, had little bicycles stolen, and a lawnmower in broad daylight. So I'm gonna say it. Sorry, Chief. If you see something, say something. So if you see something that's not a neighbor kind of picking stuff up that shouldn't be there, please let us know so it can be taken care of. And last thing, a special thank you to Missy Tovo. Missy is retiring at the end of this month after serving the village for nearly 20 years, the last 8 with MPD Administrative Services. Thank you, Missy. Missy, best of luck, and to your man, Dan. And a couple other things, the Region 7 mitigations, you stole my thunder.
Sorry.
Public safety.
Yeah, public safety.
Public safety, starting today, oops, there it goes, sorry, there it goes. The Region 7 mitigation in the state of Illinois has been subject to us in Region 7. So now, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm going to say go to the DCO website if not, but all bars must close by 11 p.m. No indoor service. All bar patrons will be seated at tables outside. No ordering, seating, or congregated at the bar. Bar stools must be removed. Tables should be 6 feet apart. No standing or congregating indoors or outdoors, while exiting. No dancing or standing indoors. Reservations required for each party. No seating of multiple parties at one table. All restaurants close at 11. No indoor dining or bar service. Tables should be 6 feet apart. No standing or congregating indoors or outdoors. Reservations required for each party. No seating of multiple parties at one table. Limit to the lesser of 25 guests or 25% of overall capacity. No party buses, et cetera, et cetera. So this, as know that this is the guidelines now, and this is exactly what we were afraid of going backwards. So please, wear these things. This is our one thing that we have to combat this. So hopefully within 14 days, and our diagnoses are going down 7 days in a row, so we can get done with this in 14 days. And 2 other things, the Monee Township office is on Egyptian Trail. They have school supply pickup. I know school looks a little different this year, but if there are households that are in need of school supplies for homeschooling or for their hybrid, there are school supplies at the township offices, and there's a food and supplies bag giveaway on September 2nd from 9 a.m. until noon, again, at the township offices. There's 100 of them or until gone. End of report.
Thank you, Heidi.
I have a quick question for our trustee for public safety. For trustee Gonzalez and maybe the chief, I'm not sure, but do we have any timeline as to when we're going to get our K-9 unit?
So as I've been told, I know it's being worked on. There's applications in the process and the paperwork to get approved for it. So it has been, it's being worked on now. Obviously, everything is about 6 months, kind of behind, but they are working on that, and it still is technically in this year's budget.
Cool. So we should have him just after Christmas, maybe. Is that 6 months?
Or Baby New Year.
Yeah. Thank
So-
you.
And I know, would you say your applications were being accepted for both the dog and the officer then?
Yeah, because I've had 3 people ask me about it. I'm like, I have no idea. So thank you so much.
If I would just jump in there, just residents be extra vigilant on trash picking night or trash nights. We have a bad apple that has made their way into the village and that are piggybacking off the trash pickers, and are also helping themselves to your items around your house. Chief's on it, they got the extra patrol outs, but be vigilant, look out, neighbors. Make sure that on trash night, If it doesn't, I can pretty much tell who are the normal trash pickers are with their pickup trucks, but we got one, it seems that, with a hatchback that's helping themselves so a little bit more than just the trash. So just be extra vigilant on trash nights and keep an eye out. If you see something, say something, give a call. PD's more than willing to check it out. Don't address them because you never know what they're about or what they're on. It's not worth your life. So just give a call.
Just so you know, Trustee Wilson is a policeman, so that's his forte. Anything else, Heidi? Thank you very much. We'll move on to the attorney's report. Larry.
Thank you, Mayor. I have 2 items for the board's consideration. We have a ordinance for a special use ordinance for Mr. Crunch. He is here tonight. He appeared before the zoning board last week. The board gave approval, recommended approval of this request on behalf of Mr. Crunch. He is here tonight, but it's up for the board's review and consideration.
I'll make that motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
Second. Any discussion? You all know I'm against it, right? I mean, I joked with him already. Okay, no discussion. Roll call, please.
Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Razik?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
That will be 1955.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item is an ordinance on behalf of Mr. Vaughn. Mr. Vaughn is present tonight. It's an application for a variance. Again, Mr. Vaughn appeared before the zoning board last Wednesday. Recommendation for approval was made by the zoning board. It's up tonight for the board's review and consideration.
Could I have a motion on that, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
I'll second.
Discussion. If not, roll call, please.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Razik?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez? That's 1956.
I can't vote twice, right?
No. As the attorney says, strike that.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
We'll move on to old business, and if you recall, at our last meeting, I mentioned about Veterans Day being the 11th of November, and Thanksgiving the 25th, which kind of negates those 2 meetings. And I thought we'd try to hold the one meeting on November 18th. Does anyone have a problem with the whole thing? I need a motion to accept this, and then we'll discuss it.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I'll be sure and put it on my calendar since I don't even know what I'm going to do for lunch tomorrow, so I'll put a special note.
Roll call, please.
Can I clarify who made the motion, please?
I did.
Okay. Trustee Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Razik?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to new business. Is there any other old business? I'm sorry. If not, new business. Review of rental ordinance modifications.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We had a great building services meeting. Had some people from the public also come out and provide some great input. We started off talking about the inspections for residential rentals and about changing that from being an annual inspection and changing that to being just when tenants change occupancy for those buildings, something to kind of mirror what we do for the regular homes within our town. And it led to a much bigger discussion to where what we decided as a consensus of the trustees there, that we would like to rescind the current renters ordinance and rework it, make some changes, and then represent that to the board for approval. So I think at this point, do I need to make a motion to do that, or?
I don't believe it's necessary. Trustee Hughes, myself, and Administrator Wallace have always been working on it, so, but the consensus at that time was to make those changes, so that's what we're doing.
So
maybe at the next board meeting, we'll have.
Okay.
We'll review.
So, and then along with that, Tuesday, September 1st at 6 PM, we'll have a Building Services Committee meeting where we can begin to review everything and get everything ready for the board.
Very good.
Can I, just for clarification, so are we holding off on all inspections until the rental application is completed? Or are we making a motion to move in, move out inspections only at the same time as looking at the rental application?
I believe at this time, Frank has put a hold on doing those kinds of inspections until we make a final decision. Am I correct?
That would be correct. On occupied properties, the certificate of occupancy inspections on unoccupied properties will move forward should the landlord request that. It's not the intent of the village to penalize a landlord that has a vacant property and wants to put someone in there. We can certainly move ahead and inspect that for a certificate of occupancy because it does fall in lines with what has taken place in discussion at the Building Services Committee meeting. So we're trying to walk that happy medium and not penalize any vacant properties that are open at this time. The other inspections for occupied rentals are on hold at this time.
Any other discussion? Okay. All right, any other new business? Move on to open to the public, non-agenda items. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Everybody's tired, huh? Okay, thank you all very much. What happened? Oh, a gentleman's here.
Yeah, evening everyone, and for those of you who don't know, I'm Dr. Paul Sheets. I own Sheets Chiropractic in town. I also own Labis Latte and Vino. I'm here tonight because of this executive order that the governor decided to bring down again. Really, I talked with all the businesses in town yesterday, restaurants and bars, to get their take and their opinion on what was going on. And I have basically their permission to kind of act on their behalf just to see where you all stand on this order and if you guys are going to enforce this. I've talked to an attorney in regards to it, and I don't want to go there and I don't want to do this, but they don't have the right to do this. And it stood up in court. They cannot shut us down without a court order. And if you guys want, I have it right here. You can go and look at it. I have copies for all of you in regards to it. I don't want to do this. I'm not looking for a fight. I don't want to cause problems. This doesn't do me good either way. I have a problem with you if I stay open. I have a problem maybe some with the public that stay open. This is not about me, okay? It's not about the business owners. I worked my ass off, and excuse me, for that business and that building. I have worked almost 7 days a week, day and night, sometimes not even sleeping and going to work to my office the next day. For almost 4 years now. I just finally got that place going, and I take a little check. It's $200 a week. And now you're asking me to close again. And again, it's not me. I have 5 employees that I employ. Now there are more, but 5 of them lost their jobs for the last time we closed our businesses. I have now hired them. I just brought a new girl on last Saturday. A single mother is going through a divorce. Can't go to court, but her husband won't pay, her ex-husband won't pay child support. She has a full-time job. She took a second job where she goes from the bank she works at straight to my bar to work, to make ends meet, so she can provide for her family. All of my other people, the guy that is my chef now, was on hard times. When I hired him, he didn't even know I was hiring him. He told me I just spent my last $400 to pay for a room to put over my head. And now you guys want me to tell him you're gone, I don't need you anymore. I'm sorry. I can't do this to these people. And again, it's not me, it's them. And along with everyone else that is doing this. And if you guys want to sit here and tell me, and I don't know if you've read the whole thing or not, do you guys realize, or do you any of you realize, that you can keep and sit inside and play a damn poker machine but you can't sit there and eat or drink? I'm sorry, but this is money, and that's all this is. And I feel sorry for those people that have lost loved ones or have been sick. And I feel for them. But you people and the government and everyone else does not think about all of these other people. And I'm tired of it. And I'm going to stand up because no one else will. And I hope every other one of those businesses that I talked to yesterday does the same damn thing I'm going to do. And if you want to close me, go get a court order. Because I'm done with it. And that's what I have to say tonight. If you guys want it, here's a copy of it. All you guys can have it. And I didn't want to do this. And to be honest with you, I didn't even want to stand up here and talk. But I can't take it anymore. And I'm fighting for those people that won't fight for themselves. And that's exactly what the attorney told me, because he said he has so many cases, he cannot take any more cases. And he told me you people need to stand up and fight for yourself because no one else will. So here I am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Sheets.
Okay. Anyone else open to the public? If not, I need a motion to move into executive session.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Yes. This is for 5 ILCS 120/2, parentheses C, parentheses 5, the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body. That's what we're going in for. Did you make that motion, Anthony?
Yes.
Is there a second? Roll call, please.
Trustee Raisik?
Yes.
Trustee Wilson?
Yes.
Trustee Udris?
Yes.
Trustee Blue?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Horn?
Okay. Thank you all for coming. We're going to go into executive session now.